Okay, so week 1, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need to cut it up, cut up this sheet. This is sheet 1. Cut it up because this is what you're going to use for the first day. And you're going to have the same one for the second day. And you're going to cut this sheet up. So that's for the first day. And that's for the second day. Okay, so we've got day 1, day 2. Every student needs one of these. Let's just put that there. Put that to one side. And every student is going to need a set of these. So what you're going to do with these is cut them up so they're all cut up individually. I would actually suggest that you laminate them first because then you can use them over and over again. So every child needs to have their sat pin, and they also need to, so you need to have them with and without visual prompts. So you've got your sat pin with and without visual prompts. This is what we call the visual prompt, and that reminds them that this is a picture for S for this one, because you think ahead later on. It's not as simple as saying that's S, because it's not always S. It might be sh, as in sugar. And actually when you come to the C and things like that, that might be a S as well. So when they're identifying the sound picks, these help to know which one we're talking about. So we've got with and without. Now because we're on the green level, we know that if this is in the green level, then this is a picture for S. But as we move through, very quickly on, the children get to understand the concept that there is a code, and that's what we're learning. So every child is going to have sat pin with and without their visual prompts, and they like to sort them, to put them together, which is what I'm doing now. Where's my I? Let's put the I on the top. Okay, so we've got our ap, s, I, t. And if the children say I or T, then we say, yes, that is his name. His name is T, but actually here it's a picture for T. And don't worry if at the beginning they think that's a J. They actually need to recognise, because obviously the books they read are going to have all sorts of different fonts. So they need to recognise, well, actually, we're on the green level. This is an I. That's a picture for I. It's just that we've got the little curl ready to join it with the next letter. So I, put I, pin. But the focus on this, on sound pick recognition, is not the word, it's just the sound. What speech sound does it link with? If we were to take a picture of I with our speech sound camera, it could be I. Now this one, here are 2 bingo cards. So again, you could laminate these so you can use them over and over again. So I'm going to cut this up so we've got 2 bingo cards. There we go. Sorry about the light. I just thought if I don't do this now, I might not get a chance tomorrow. So that's 1 bingo card. That's another one. You'll notice that even though they've all got sat pin, they're obviously not the same. So here we are. We've got 2 bingo cards. So these are the ones that you give to the children. They're slightly bigger. The font is slightly bigger. So there's a bingo card. So if it's you and your child or whatever, or you've got a teaching assistant, or they can play with the child. Always a brilliant idea to actually play the games with the children. But also, they're very quick to get to learn how to play them, and they take them out over and over again. So do laminate them. So these are the ones that you cut up that they're going to use for bingo and snap. So just cut them up individually, and again, just make sure that you laminate them first so that you can use them over and over again. Now what you really want, and we will be selling these at the office ready-made, so you haven't got to bother with copying and cutting out and laminating, whatever. What you really need is 1 of each one for every child. So if you've got 26 children in the class, make sure you've got 26 m's and 26 t's and 26 and 26 's. So this is the green level, and this is just to start off with, because all of your children are going to start in prep on the green level. And even if they're older students coming to this, because they need to wire their brains for reading and spelling, then start on green. So we laminate them so you can use them over and over again. And obviously when you're playing bingo, if that's my card and that's the next person's card, we'll have them turned over like that. And don't just get them to match them, which they will do when they're on their own. Sorry. So don't just let them match it, although the matching is obviously really important. They also say, what's that a picture of? And I want you to get used to saying that, the terminology. What is it a picture of? They might say it's A. Yes, that's his name. But what's it a picture of? It's a picture of the sound ah. And that's the sound we have in our words. So you're constantly referring to what these represent. So then the next person has their go. And they turn it over. And they've got to say, what's it a picture of? T. And they've got to match it. And if they don't match it quite correctly, then obviously you say, just have a little look and really get them to look at it carefully. So they cover that and they keep going, obviously, until someone says, bingo. Now, once they get the idea of this, they get the idea they're trying to cover them, you can also vary it a little bit by having blank ones. Well, let's pretend this is a blank one. I have got blank ones in there. You might have a blank one, and what they do is basically they've got all of these covered up and they've only got an N left. When they come to a blank one, that's like a wild card, and they can say, oh, you only need one more, which one are you going to use? And they've got to say it's an N, and they've got to write it as well. And then they've finished. Bingo! So laminate them, and obviously as you go to the purple level and what have you, your bingo cards start to have all the purple level sound picks. And then the yellow level sound picks, and it just gets more and more complicated. What we'll do is we'll actually sell ready-made bingo cards and whatever for all the levels in the shop. So you can just order them ready-made, laminated, and you can just go start playing straight away. Now if you're playing Snap, and there's only 2 of you, or 3 of you, it's however many you want to play. And of course games are so good for cooperative learning. They're so good for taking turns and also facing losing. So they have the two ones, and what they do, pretend I'm over here and somebody's here, we turn them over at the same time, and if they're the same we go snap, and it's whoever touches them and says snap at the same time, then as long as they're correct, then they get to keep them all. If they say snap and it's not, and they go like that, then the other person gets to keep them all. And the idea is that you're trying to get all the cards and they're trying to lose all those. Or you can just do it timed and have a little timer so that again they're getting used to a timed game. And then at the end of it, they just count up. So again, they're practicing their counting. They count up theirs and see who's got the most, and that's the winner. And again, laminate these or buy them from the office so you can use them over and over again. So I've cut these. Now they've got the word that I want you to associate with it, just there in case you're not sure. All of these, because they're on the green level, they're all words that are made up of at, put, it, in. So it's going to be ant, tin, nap, whatever. So this one's snap, but the children will very quickly see that and recognise what it means, but that's not the focus. The focus here is that they look at that and they know that's snap. So first of all, you just want to get them, you just want them to know what the word, the associated word is. So let's just check. We've got snap, pants or pant, sit, tap, tap again, he's tapping his foot. So again, you can talk about some words that have different meanings. Pin, pants, snap, snapping his fingers, tin, sip, ooh, spin. On the whiteboard, she spins on her chair, and the turtle's getting a tan, tan. Pan, the bacon's running out of the pan. Oh, sorry, I've cut that up. That's snip. And ant. Any more? No, that's it. Okay, so what you want is that when you hold this up, the child goes ant. And once they know that what that is, what you also very quickly want to do is that they get into the habit of using duck hands. Ant, ant. And get them to use their duck hands, quack, quack, so that's a duck's beak, but get them to do it from left to right. So they really are going and it also helps the brain see that word, almost follow the sounds and almost see the word in spoken language going from left to right. So ant, put t S-P-I-N. Notice the 4 there. S-P-I-N. S-it. Oh, sorry. S-it. T-it-n. S-n-a-p. Now this is a difficult one. P-a-n-t-s. Pants. P-it-n-pin. T-ap, tap. Oh, t-ap, tap again. S-it, sit. P-a-n-t, pant. S-n-ap, snap. So they're very clearly identifying those sounds, because that's a really important. You rewire the brains when you do that. So sit, it is obviously a lot easier than ap. But that oral, hearing those speech sounds is really, really important. And it's actually far more important than this bit at this stage. Because if they hear those sounds, ap, and they can tell you, what's the first sound? What's the last sound? P. What's the second sound? What's the third sound? Ah. When they can do all that, snap. If I give you snap and I change the a into an I, what would it be? Ip, snip. All of that is setting the brain to find reading and spelling really easy. So really focus on that phonemic awareness on the oral language first. And if they're in the early years, then obviously helping them pronounce ap. A lot of the children can't pronounce this. A lot of the sounds very clearly. So just remember that print. This is purely talking on paper. So if the children can't speak, can't talk clearly, then help them with that. Now, what matters most with this approach is that the children can hear. So even if they do struggle with their oral language, we're going to help them with that. But they can still read and spell, even if they find it difficult to pronounce a lot of the sounds. So just think it's the hearing that's really important, but we're also going to help them with everything. Okay, now the other thing that we've got for this week one are all of these words. These are all words associated with the green level. They're all made up of green level sound picks. And what's important is not that they go ant, tin, nap, snap. What's important is they learn to follow the sounds, say the words. Ant, ant, t-it-n, tin, n-ap, nap, snap, snap, s-it, sit, sp-it-n, spin, p-it-n, pin, snip, snip, t-ap, tap, p-a-n-t, pants, n-it, snits, t-a-n, tan, s-at, sat, n-ip, nip, n-ap, nap, p-a-n, pan. Now I'm only pointing because I'm showing you where my eyes are looking. If the children don't want to point, they don't need to. What matters is the eyes are looking at the sound pick as they're saying that. So don't focus on, if they can go ant, tin, that's not as important to me as as if I can say, point to all the pictures of t on this page. There. Show me a word that's got p at the end. There. Show me a word that's got a in the middle. Show me a word that's got 3 speech sounds and 3 sound picks. There. Which one's got 4, etc. So you're really helping them to see. That's a picture of a sound, but you blend them together to create a word and also to know which order. And that's also why we do a lot of work on the whiteboard and we put 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually the quicker you can get the child to go snap, ap, ap, ap. Now, if they can say those sounds whilst they're doing the letters, then the numbers, then that's brilliant, because obviously the brain is having to not only form the numbers, but also say the sounds. So a lot of the children in the early years will struggle with that because they're still having to focus so much on forming the letters. So make sure we've got our rubber, or they just keep going. So before they're moving on to the purple level, they've got to be able to go sit, it, sit, it, it. And then if you say, where's the s, it's there. Where's the t, it's there. Where's the it, it's there. What about, and a higher order, so they don't have to know this bit before they go into the purple, but if you were to say, okay, so we've got sit, it. Supposing I change that sound there into an a, what would it be? and we want them to understand that they'd go at, sat. They can do that, they're going to have no problems with reading and spelling, and that's why we do so many of these things in the green level, because we're training the brain so that it understands all of this coding, the decoding, which is the reading of the words, and the encoding, which is the spelling, so that when we learn more and more sound picks, it's just easy, because then it's just learning more and more sound picks. So we have to get the skills right at this stage before we move on, even from SATPIN. Okay, so we've got tap, app, tap, app, tap. Get them to do it again every time, even if you've already got 3. And you notice how quickly I'm doing this. Very quickly, they'll learn to do it quickly. Snap, 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 snap. Where's the n? Number 2. Where's the p? Number 4. What if I change the I into an a? I, oh, okay, so it must be there. Snap, snap. Lots and lots of that. So we're not even looking at the letters. We're just doing pure phonemic awareness and really helping the brain understand the segmenting. And that's the ordering. And also we're manipulating. So tin, let's rub this one off. Tin, t-it-n, tin. T-it-n, tin. T-it-n, tin. Not bothered about letters at all. Obviously when they're doing that quickly, then you can get them to do the letters, but if you've teaching them, if they're in prep, then a lot of just the forming letters is actually developmentally still quite hard. So let's help the brain do this bit quickly, and then we'll worry about the letter formation when we've really got the brain doing this. So I would spend a good week or so just on purely phonemic awareness, so getting them used to looking at that, doing duck cans, sip, ip. What's the first sound? What's the last sound? P. What's the one in the middle? I. How many are there? Ip. There are 3. Do me the lines. Ip. Can you do me the numbers? And they'll go, you know, kind of thing. And that's fine. Doesn't matter. Don't focus on the letter formation. But if they really are number formation, but if they really are struggling, have the numbers at the bottom, so that when they're going sip, ip, ip, they can look at them. Okay, S, I, P. Always make it easy for them. And remember, a lot of preppies, you know, they've got to have it there because they can't look up and copy it, and then it needs to be there. Okay, so lots of that with those prompts. And what they could also do once you are looking at the letters is that you might say, quick, find me. Oh, we haven't got the knits one in there. Find me snap. They've got to find you the one that links with snap, the crocodile one, wherever it is. You could cut these up. You can have 2 copies and cut them up, whatever. Or they might get their sound picks and make these. Can you make this one for me? Now, what I would do is, instead of just copying it, I would say, can you make this one for me? Right, to follow the sound, say the word t-it-n, tin. Okay, so t-it-n, tin. Let's still do our spelling lines. Now we've got to put our t-it-n. Now you can do it, but have a look if you're not sure. T-it-n, where's your t? Oops. Hiding. T-I. Let's say they did that. T-it-n. And you say, oh, just check. T-it. What was that? I think that's a picture of P. T-ip. Oh, now you've made tip. Have a look. We want t-it-n. Have a look for that one. Where is it? T-it-n. Where's the n? It doesn't matter if they do it with the visual prompt or not. It really doesn't matter. We can put it on there. That's fine. T-it-n. Tin. So again, I'm following the sound, say the words, even though I've already made it. T-it-n, tin. It's that repetitive, knowing the order, saying the sound in that place, blending together in the word. I see far too much of this where children go t, or often they go t-t-t, or tennis, or whatever else, and it, you know, and whatever. It's not. That's a picture of t. That's a picture of I. Okay, so if that's t and that's I, and then we put. Okay, they're all running away from me. Okay, so well, what we want is the children to be able to go ip, tip, and to hear that word tip. And if they can't hear the word tip, they're actually not ready for this. they need to go back to this bit with no letters at all. But if I can't, if I ask a child, what I'll do is I'll get these out. Where's the picture of s? And get used to, where's the picture of s? There it is. S, at, put it, okay, we're missing a Where's the There. Okay, let's have that one. And what I also want them to do is follow the sounds, even if they're not on the sheet next to each other. So follow the sounds, say the word. Are you ready? Pin. So I want to know, can they do that? They followed the sound, so they've got to remember, follow the sound, follow the sound, follow the sound. Put it and pin. Follow the sound, say the word. Tip. Tip, tip. Gets harder when they've got to go ip. And I even do this with the blue level children when they've got, you know, I'm doing caterpillar. They've got to follow the whole, all of them to get to caterpillar. So all of the skills we do in the green level, we do in the purple level and the yellow level and the blue level. All that's happening is that we're just using more and more of the code. So this is the code. That's one of the pictures for s. There are actually 9 or 10 pictures for s. That's just the first one we're learning. That's the picture for t. It's just the first one we're learning. Okay, so another thing that we'll do this week is this one. So again, this is really good for children who aren't actually, are struggling to actually do the lines and the number themselves. So let's take that bit of the information out. Let's take that skill out and let's just use these. So we might say, oh, what's this one? So they've got to know that's tap and they've got to know tap before we can even think about giving them this and then saying, okay, so what needs to go there and there and there? Just break it down to skills. This is the most important. Tap, tap. Before we go to that, don't start straight away with that. Okay, so we've got to make tap. So we're going to find our t and our a and our p. Tap! Yoo-hoo! And then we might find it on there. Another thing that we're going to do this week is the, well, we might not. It depends on the children, but this is the green level rap. So it goes sat, pat, tan, pan, tin, pin, ants, nan, pan, nip, sip, tip, pit, ants, nap, sap, tap, tip, nip, pit, ants. Pat has lots of ants in his pants. This is a fantastic exercise because they have got to look at those individual sound picks to be able to say the words. They can't just guess or miss it out, whatever. They've got to look at the individual parts. It helps them because obviously these are the words that we're using anyway, so it's reinforcing the s and the at and the t and the put and the it and the n in a real situation. And we've also got a bit of a rhythm to it. Sat, pat, tan, pan, tin, pin, ants. Obviously it's quite difficult to get to that stage, but that's what we're aiming for. And then the children try and say it as fast as they can, and actually some of the children memorise it. But you can do loads with this. And his pants fall down, which they love, on the whiteboard. So there's loads like this. You might say, oh look, we've made tap. Where is it in our wrap? Can you find it? So again, they've got to look at those individual parts. Oh no, that's wrong because that's got an n at the end. So where's tap? There it is. Can you build one? And what they often do is grab these and they just like to build those words. They build them on here. Now if they wanted to do one that's got 4, then you can just, especially if this is laminated, they can just draw another one. Now another exercise, another thing that we're going to do this week. I love cutting and sticking with young children because it's great for the fine motor control and they enjoy it, and that is a good time when they can just have because a lot of what we do is very fast paced. So I like to mix it up, especially at the beginning. So what we're going to do with this one is that they have the ant, the sip, the tap. And what they have is they have, where is it? So this is this exercise. So what they do is they cut these up so they're individual, and then on another piece of paper, let's pretend that was our piece of paper. So on another piece of paper, they stick them. Now, teachers like everything to be organised, and they like to tell them to stick that one there, and then put them together there, whatever. And what I'm going to say is just let the children do it. Doesn't matter what it looks like, doesn't matter if they stick them on each other and whatever. But actually, what you want to say to the children is, I want to see, so we've got ant here. Now, the reason that I'm doing this with preps this week is because they've already had a term. So I want to actually see with this activity, to be able to cut this out, stick it on, and to be able to build the word, they've got to have all the skills that I've actually just shown you. And the children who can't do it quickly and easily need to have a lot of practice on these other skills. So the children who straight away can cut it out and stick ant in the right order, and we haven't even done, asked them to underline it, or we haven't given them any prep work or help them, whatever. We're just saying, can you cut this out and stick it on, and then build the word for me. The children who get it are the children who've already got brains that are pretty much wired for reading and spelling, but we need to see which children then, when we go and give them a bit of prompting, oh, okay, yes, I get it, I understand what you want me to do. And then we need to pick out our red alert children who, even though they can see that and they know that's ant, they have no concept that ant is made up of a, n, t, 3 speech sounds, and the first one is a, the second one is n, and the third one is t, and they've got no concept that is a picture for a, that's a picture for n, and that's a picture for t. So even if you say to them, what's that? And they might say t. But when you actually get them to put it in a real situation where they've actually got to put the code knowledge together, they'll struggle. So this is a really good exercise. Obviously, we're not trying to catch them out. You can see which children straight away are sitting there thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. So we go and help them. But this is a really good exercise for us as teachers this week to see which children have already got quite a lot and which children need to go back. And it's great because once we can see exactly where every child is, we can give them exactly what they need.
Duck had a duck, and the dog had a lot of fun in the fog.
That is amazing. Did you get this from the library? Let me have a look. Where's this from? Is this from school? Oh, it is from the library. Look, it says Gold Coast Libraries on it. Fantastic. Or is this from somebody's school? Where is it from?
Library.
It is from the library. That's brilliant. So get the next one. You are just doing stupendously. Wow. Do you want to do those words and just... Oh, I know. Let's just have a quick look at the rap. Oh, can you do the rap? If I point to the words? Oh, I know. It's just so fast. Because you know why? Because this is actually really difficult to do. But... Miss Sarah, can I borrow you for 1 second just to hold this for me? I'm going to point to the words so that you can keep tracking them, and just do it as quick as you want or as slow as you want. It doesn't matter. Hold on. Say it with. So can you? What's this word?
Sat. Pat.
Sarah, I'm going to go next door.
Pin. Pan. Tea. Pat. Pin. Ant. Nine. Pan. Net. Nip.
Hey, that's my piece.
Sat. Sip. Ear. Tip. Pin. Ant. Nap. Sat.
Tap.
Tick. Nip. Nip. Pin. Ant. Pat has a lot of pants.
Lots of pants? Pat has lots of...
Ants in his pants.
Well done. I want you to print this off and have it at home, and I want you to point to the words because it's a bit more difficult when I point to the words for you. So you point to the words so you can do it. That was amazing. Give me a high five. I think you're a superstar.
I got one.
Tip.
Wow. Oh, Hayden, are these all in your folder that you take at home? This is brilliant. What if I choose this one?
Sap.
Wow, and it is sap. Oh, let me choose another one. I bet you can't do another one. Let's have a look.
Eat. Pit.
They're matching them on their own.
That is amazing. Don't get those mixed up with the ones on there. Oh wow, they're getting.
Mine over here.
Oh, you're going to put yours. Oh, that's a good idea, Hayden. Are you finding some pairs? Are you matching?
Yes.
Wow.
Who's playing the game?
Oh, you're playing the game that Miss Sarah made up. Wow, Miss Sarah, tell us about the game.
It's just a game of concentration. So what they basically do
This
is
one's called Sat.
Wow.
And this one's called Hey Miss Sam.
That's amazing.
Pig.
Pig. What's that? What is it? What's the word? Pig.
Pig.
It's the king. I'm going to show you the king in a minute.
Pig.
Fantastic. So what? Sorry, Miss Sarah. So what's the game?
How do we play this game?
You need to try and get the numbers.
The numbers? What about the words?
And the words.
The words.
Do you? Oh,
we
I
have to find
see.
two and then we can keep the pair.
Oh, wow.
Oh, are they a match?
No, sat and pants.
Is this a match?
Is that
Tan and sap. Were you tricking us?
Hayden, would you like to play the matching game with us too?
What a good
Over
idea.
there, we can turn them all over and maybe you can find the pairs.
So Mrs. Sarah has cut out all the words. Show me. Tan.
I'll find one in my bag.
That's brilliant. Oh, look at your groovy hair. You look like Spider-Man. Find me some pears. Wow, so Miss Sarah's cut up all the words from the rap. Brilliant. You know, if I put this on the floor, you know, if I put the wrap on the floor, we might be able to find some of those words and put them over the top.
Okay.
If you can find, oh, I can see sat.
Can you find the words and put
Look, Leila, I can see sat just there, and there's sat on there. Put it on top of it.
I need your help.
Ready?
Where's sat on here? Let's have a look. Can you find sat on here? Can you find it? See if you can find one that's at sat.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good girl, Leila. Wow, high five.
I found one.
Brilliant. Oh, Leila.
What's that?
Oh, you've got put an. Where's to an? See if you can find to an.
I found.
Oh.
Sarah, look. This is a match.
It's a match.
Pin and pin. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Look, guys. Look. I got something. I can match it.
Can you match? Oh, with oh, brilliant. You have. Wow.
10. Well done.
Sarah. I got 2 10. I found.
And do you know what he's seen? He saw the N in both of them.
Another suit.
You found another at. Wow, you did. You've got Nan and Nan. You're so clever. Wow, Spider-Man has Nan. Spider-Man. Oh, Anne. I heard Anne at the end. Wow, what have you got? Pin and pin. Wow.
Guess what I got?
Oh, so what did you get?
I get cross the tower, down the tower.
Cross the tower, down the tower for a turn. Down the tower, across the tower. And you saw put it. Put at. Oh, they've both got a put and they've both got a t. But that's a capital P. Wow, pit and put.
Joshy's not taller than me.
Oh, is he?
He's still 3 and
Can you see ants?
he's a bit 4, but I'm a bit 5.
Wow. Yeah. What a good idea. Oh, we love hugs. All right. Okay, if they could go back away. And I've got one last thing I want you to do before I go.
Look.
I'm going to show you.
Oh, I love your whole body listening, Jaden. That's fantastic.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Now, Miss Sarah,
Doing it now?
what you're going to do...
Let's learn this one.
Is that
you
the
like
wrap? Oh, wow. Who's going to hold it?
Wait.
I will.
You can hold it. You hold it
I
then.
want to hold
No,
it.
I'm holding it.
I'm holding it too.
Oh, I don't know how. If you're holding it, can we all see it?
What if I hold it?
Well, I tell you what, you all hold it and I'll do it. How about that?
Okay.
Yes.
You turn it around so I can see it and then I'll do the wrap. Are you ready? So everybody hold it. Hold it up.
Still hold it. You
Everybody
need to
hold
just
it.
turn around.
There, look, collaborative effort. There you
Well
go. Okay, so little gum nuts.
Pants.
Oh, are you ready?
Fall over.
Oh, Pants are falling down. Click, 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 or snap, snap, snap.
I can do this.
Can you? Wow. Are you ready? Wait, I need to point to it, so otherwise I lose track of where I am. Sat. Hold on, we're holding up. Sat, pat, tan, pan, tin, pin, ant. Nan, pan, nip, sip, tip, pip, ant. Nap, sap, tap, tip, nip, pip, ant. Pat has lots of ants in his pants. That's brilliant, especially because the ants are falling down.
Pat has lots of ants in his pants.
He does look, the ants are falling, going up. And then they fall down. Okay, now what I'm going to ask Miss Sarah to do is, have you got the little words, Miss Sarah? And I'm going to need a helper.
Can I help you?
Oh, can you? Oh, there we go. Right, so if you sit down very quickly. Quick. Sit. Who can spell sit? Sit. Oh, I'm so fast.
Sit.
Okay, now, first of all, I'm going to show what I'm going to do.
Sit.
What is this? It's a blue frog.
It's a blue frog.
Frog.
a water frog.
Oh, is it a water frog? If I go like that, you have to say blue frog. Really fast. But do you know what, Miss?
Blue frog.
Oh, you want to see it?
Under the water.
But Miss Sarah's going to sit just here, and she's going to show the little words. And if you think you could sound it out in your head, so look at the left-hand side, look at that side, and go and tell me the word. If you know what the word is, just say it really, really quick. Okay, you ready?
Yes. Sit.
Well done.
Sit.
Now, hold. So we'll just have a few out so that when they see that one next time, they can say it really quick. Okay, you ready? Okay, can you say it quickly?
Sit. Sit.
Blue frog. Actually, I might sound them out at the same time. Put in. Put in pin. Well done, you did it. Yes. That was so fast.
Whoa.
To Anne. So do it like this, and if they don't get it straight away, then give the sounds. Could you possibly just video for 1 second for us?
Yeah.
Just to get Sarah, so you can actually see the words as well. Try not to get me, but just so you get the blue frog. Not fair. Yeah. So if you just sit over there, try. Can you see the words? Oh, that's a good idea.
Just make sure it's the right way.
Ready, steady. Put an So these preschool children are going to do a spelling activity. So that's practicing their encoding at the green and also moving towards the purple level. A lot of the children are actually on the purple level, but this shows this is the first time we've done it, so we're starting off on green. Now, before we get into the main activity, I just want you to show you the children are sorting the sound picks themselves and whatever. If you're always organised and got everything out for them, you lose a lot of teaching opportunities. And we learnt a lot even before we'd actually got started whilst we were sorting out the speech sound pics and what have you. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you on Facebook.
On your bottom, thank you.
Yes, it does make amps. And then, well, here you go, Thomas, isn't it?
I don't have it.
For sit. Hold on, there should be a jar with I. There's some more is. There's an I. There, Miss Sarah's got an
I've
I.
got some more.
Thomas is a R.
After? I.
Miss Sarah.
Who else knows R?
I want that.
You have a R.
I got it. I need R.
You need a R?
There's another one.
Layla, would you like a
I got this. It's up on your bag.
Oh, the R dropped on my bag.
I don't have a turkey.
Has anyone not got a... everyone's got a... That's all right.
sit down, please?
As long as we've got a few, it's all right, because not everyone will be able to do them all. It's okay. You've got Sanit. Wow, look at that.
Can you make some, Layla? Alright.
Right, now Mrs. Sarah's got... Oh, sorry. Doesn't matter if you haven't got them all, because we're...
All right. No more. No.
Have you not got a tur?
I don't have a turkey. I don't have a
I think there's some in the ones up there.
Oh, wow. Oh, smart. I love those butterflies. Let's find a butterfly.
You can take it home.
Can I take it home? Oh, thank you, sweetie. Here, and you can have a purr for butterfly, because you did some beautiful purr. You need a purr?
I need to slither down the snake.
You need a surfer slither down the snake.
Here we go, Maddie.
I don't think we've got... I think we're a bit short. I think is the one we're shortest of.
I need purr.
You need
I
purr.
got one already.
There is... Did anyone else have
I don't have
You mean the fucking phonics?
10! I got 10!
You've got 10! Oh my goodness me!
It's not a good 10!
have, please?
Look, I got 10!
You can make cats now! Make cats for me!
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How'd you make cats?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, you're going to have to wait down.
Okay. Hayden, you need a hoof for Hayden.
I don't have a hoof.
There you go.
I need a hoof. I need a hoof.
Oh my goodness, we can't have loads more. Right, Mrs. Sarah needs to get on. I've interrupted. That's like frog. Frog. I can't give you another one, otherwise Hayden's going to want another one. And then we'll be here all day. Right, let me show you something because Mrs. Sarah wants to get on.
It's okay. Summer, would you like to share with Riley?
Miss Emma,
Can you
I
get
don't
that
have it. I want this.
Yep, give that one to Maddie and you can share with Riley.
What things?
Oh, with Summer, sorry. Here you go.
No, I have 11.
You're all sitting so beautifully.
I want that too.
Okay.
It's my one.
Now before, Miss Sarah's just bringing you one. Miss Sarah won't forget you. You noodle.
I'll never forget you.
These actually are same. Miss Sarah, this is such.
It is.
Now, what we're going to do... Sorry, we'll do that in a second. What we're going... Oh, look, Mrs. Sarah, they're already starting to make words. Look at this. Now, guess what we're going to do? Can you take all of your letters off your card just for now? Because I need to show some teachers how to do this in their classroom. So I'm going to tell you a word, and we're going to listen. Hold on, not everyone's listening. Travin's counting. Who's listening? Look this way. Wiggle your nose so I know you're listening. Show me your rabbit nose.
What is this?
Show me your rabbit nose so I know you're all listening. Right, now I'm going to say a word. The word is... And I would normally show you a picture, but I haven't got them with me. So the word is sip. Remember the monster with the sipping a drink? Sip. How many wait.
Hands down.
Sip. How many sounds can you hear? Listen. Oh, Mrs. Sarah did it. Sip. Ip. So we need 3. So where's your line with 3 lines on it?
Where's the one with 3?
Find the one with 3 and make sip for me.
Find the one with
Ip. Find the one with 3. Ip. So the goes on the one. So you need the one with 3. So sip. Ip.
Well done.
Yes, Layla. So she's got on number 1.
Jaden.
Yay! Well done, Harry.
Jaden doesn't have a so he's made tip instead.
Oh, wow, what a good idea. He made tip instead. Okay, so some of us were able to make sip. Oh, Layla made sat. Layla made sat. How clever.
I made pan.
What did you make? You made pan. You did. Oh, hold on. Wrong one. There we go. Pan. Who can make... Now, could you just go over there and just show him how to move his it into the right order? So we've got it, sit. Wiggle nose. The word is in. How many sounds in in?
Can you find the sounds for each?
2. Yes, 2. So you need the line with 2. So we need the picture for it and the picture for
I made in.
in. Yes, well done. You did that so quickly. It.
Somebody else made in.
Maddie, can you make some picture of her?
I'll find you another.
Somebody else got mine.
Have you got in?
Where's
Oh, you did in. Well done. Have you not got an Well, now Maddie's made hers. Can she lend you her
Here we go.
Maddie, could you lend Hayden your just for a second? Oh, there you go. Wow, that's fantastic. Thomas, could you lend your ear to... Oh, there you go. In. Can you do in for me? In. Well done. In. Who can do... Has anyone got the sounds for fit? For it, fit.
I don't.
Who has the sounds for fit?
I got fit.
For it. Who's got the sounds for fit? Yes, so Hayden can do fit. So do it really quickly. For it. So 3. For it. Do it really quickly. Who's got the sounds? Who's got the sounds?
Fit, you did it well.
Yay, well done. Who's got the sounds for... Ants. Ants. I've got ants in my pants. Ants. So we need 4. We need the line for 4. Ants. We need the line for 4. Ants.
I don't know how to
Ants. So put the on the number 1. Yes. So now we need a Where's your Where's your
I don't have an.
It's there. Look up there at the top. Yes.
I don't.
So can you put it next to the
I
Oh, that's ants. Mrs. Sarah.
Miss Sarah.
Well done. Ants. So we're building green, and we'd also do purple level words. So they are words created just using the green and purple level sound picks. Obviously with a group here, even though we've all been working the same amount of time, and I've been working in a group because I've just been going in once a week. The children are all at very different levels. But some of the children are definitely ready to have all of the purple level sound picks and to be starting to spell, that's encoding, as we're doing here, to spell and to read words using the green and purple level sound picks. So what we're doing is obviously spelling encoding using activities such as this, but we're also reading. So get out the green and purple level SSP phonics readers, and what they're then doing is practicing using these speech sound picks, blending them into words, so they're actually using them in a reading activity. So we're quickly moving to fluency, even if they've only learnt a certain number of sound picks. We're putting it all together and really scaffolding very, very comprehensively right from the very beginning. You're brilliant. Right, come here, mister. We're going to do this very quickly. Hold the speech sound camera for me. Thanks, honey. Okay, now we're going to take a picture of what we're taking a picture of. What are we taking a picture of? 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 Well done. What are we taking a picture of? You're so clever. So, if I put these on here, I bet you're going to be able to point to it so quickly. It's just unbelievable. Are you ready? And then you see, if I video this, I can show your mummy what she can do at home, because she obviously does so brilliant things with you at home. Point to P. Yes, point to I. You're so fast. Now, what's the word? Are you going to watch? What? Follow it with your head. What are the sounds? P, I, N. Pin. You ready? Sat. Right, ready? So this time we're not going to say it out loud, we're going to do it to ourselves. You ready? We've got... Yes! Ready? We've got... Ant. What's the word? Ants. Oh, you're too clever. Now you point to, if we need to spell the word pin, what do we point to first? Pin. Well done. So I want mummy to do that really, really fast. So give me the word like sat. So he goes at. That will really help the brain. Now what else I want you to do is this. Look, we're going to have a look at this book. So all of these, you're actually ready, I think, almost for the next level, for purple level. Wow, because you know all of these and all of these, don't you? And if I show you any of these pictures here, like what's this one for? What's the word?
Sit.
Sit. Give me the sounds.
It.
Fantastic. Give me a high five. Wow, so we're starting to encode and decode reading and spelling. We've got the speech sound picks, phonics reading. So here, look, there's the frog. We're going to read this. Now I've got some capitals here. It's just the same sound pick, it's just a big one. So we've got put at and n at. So what's the whole thing? What's this word?
At.
Yes, pat. And. That's one we have. And.
Nut.
Nat. Pat and nat. Oh, let's have a look. Now this one is what we call a helpful word. So this is one of the ones that mummy can use as a helpful word, which is we learn by memory, because we learn them at the moment because we haven't learned this can represent z. So even though we've learned this is this, you know, if I said to you, it is Pat, would you say no? It is Pat, isn't it? So that one there, that's a picture of z in here. So this is the word is. So what? So read it for me. Tell me how it
is Pat.
Yes, well done. What's here?
It is nut.
Wow.
Nut and Pat.
Oh,
Nut and Pat. Sat.
brilliant.
Nut and Pat. Sat in a pen.
Fantastic, and look, they're all sitting in a pen. My goodness, but you didn't need that picture there because you looked at all these words and you were reading it. And because your brain is looking at those sound picks so quickly, you can do, so he doesn't need to go at, because his brain's already doing it quickly enough to say the words nat. But we need to understand that that is what his brain is doing. So what about here? Look at all these words on here, but you can read it because these are all our sound picks.
Nut and Pat sat in a pen.
And
Santa
Santa
sat in a
look. And we've got Santa, and he's got a big, just there, because that's his name, so it's a capital